Alright, what's up guys? Add to cart Ed here, and today I've got the Samsung 49-inch CHG90 monitor. Alright guys, if you want to see me unbox this gigantic monitor and see what comes inside the box and me putting it together, I'm going to put that on my Instagram story. That's at addtocarted, not.com, but at addtocarted. That's add to cart with the letter ED at the end because my name's Ed. And I'm going to go have all the full video of me putting this together, taking out of the box, and everything that comes inside the box. Alright, so this is the Samsung CHG90 curved gaming monitor, and let's get into the specs.
Okay, so my table is about 59 inches long. The screen itself takes 47 inches, which only leaves 12 inches left of the desk. The screen itself, from top to bottom, is 14¼ inches, and the base is quite beastly. This thing actually takes about 14 inches from the back to the front, and it hits just across my monitor. You see I have a little bit of the base in the back is kind of leading out. Probably going to replace it with the arm itself. The back features a LED light, a nice cool touch to it, but it's not quite bright enough to illuminate a wall, so it's cool, but really not that great. The clip itself is for the cable management. You see I have a cable shown over there. You can cover it with the top, kind of just snaps in place, and then you put the plugs on top of the clip to kind of just hide them away from there. And it has this little latch you can pull out to put in your headphones, so it's kind of a cool stowaway if you don't want to keep everything in your desk clean, and every time you want to grab it, just grab it from the back. Now the back port actually has a headphone input, so you can listen to your headphones directly through the monitor itself if you don't happen to have speakers or you don't want to bother anybody. That's kind of a nice cool touch that it has. And the back ports have a mini display port, 2 USBs that can be utilized for supercharging, 3.5mm jack, a mic in and headphone jack, 2 HDMIs, and a display port. So the display port needs to be utilized for the 144 Hertz. And you see here, now I'm all done with that, I can just go ahead and cover it with this little back plate that hides everything. So I come from a 3-monitor setup. I got used to that. It was good. It was fine. There were 3 24-inch monitors, but it was okay. It's time to move on. So for example, I'm going to set up 3 browsers side by side. At first it took a little bit to get used to because I was able to just like throw browsers in there and snap the grid, but there is apps that you can do that for. But you can see here, it's not a big deal. I can just move them over there. Productivity is not really be slowing down. And you can see that I can actually watch 3 videos simultaneously and comfortably with not a big deal. But honestly, I don't know who would watch 3 videos at the same time. But if you were to look at the logistics of it, this is actually 2 27-inch screens together, side by side with no bezel, which is kind of cool. So, if you actually hit the joystick below and change the monitor, there's a picture-in-picture mode on here, so you can actually split the screens into 2 different sources. So I have my PC set up in a display port, which actually utilizes that 144 Hertz, and I also have my PS4 plugged into one of the HDMIs, and if you go to the picture, it actually sets up both sources that comes in directly in here. You see that I was trying to find a source now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my PS4 here. Let's go ahead and move straight to that scene. And here's my PS4, and I have some Laker highlights going off to the side here. You see that it's just split screen right in the middle. No bezel, it's just 2 split screens, which is kind of cool. And you know, playing and watching the Laker game at the same time, it's really kind of cool. If you know, especially from this angle, you can't really tell exactly. If I set up the camera view from the game to look like the game or the actual game, it would be hard to tell the difference if you're watching from the back. But you see that it's real cool, kind of fun right here. I went ahead and grabbed my headphones that you saw, and I plugged in the back because it has that 3.5mm back. I can grab it from over there. This is my Lakers, a Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Kobe and Gianna. And the other passengers on that helicopter. It's a real tragedy. It still hurts me. It's been a couple weeks now, but still kind of sad about it. Having the 2 screens is kind of cool. It has set up productivity here because it's coming from two sources. It will not bog down your PC as, let's say, I'm trying to run or process a video from Premiere or After Effects. I could just turn on the picture-in-picture and start playing a game here, and it won't be a big deal, or as if I'm watching the games over. But let's get into the FPS games, the first-person shooters. I'm not a very big gamer. I'm just a casual gamer. I play 2K and Overwatch, and I also have another few other games, but I don't play very often. I got this stream mainly for video editing and just because it's huge. Now you see Overwatch is a natively 1080p game, so if you take the full resolution of 38 by 40 to 1080 at 144 hertz, it kind of regulates the size and brings it down to the middle, which looks like it's about a 43 inch, maybe 40 inch wide span, and you have black bars on the side. Now if you switch it down to 28 by 50 to 1080, it's basically just going to stretch it out. So the middle part isn't quite as stretched out, but the sides are stretched out just a little bit more. But because it's your peripherals and you're playing FPS games like Overwatch, you don't quite notice so much the sides because you're like looking towards the middle with a target, and that's where you're shooting. So to me, it wasn't a huge deal, and you know, it just took a little bit to get used to. But after that, it was still fun. It was still the same thing. It's actually really cool because it's curved and you're sitting right there. It's very immersive. It's actually a really cool experience. Seeing it in the store was one thing, but actually sitting there playing at home, the comfortability of your house, was really awesome. Now I'm going to switch over to this Titanfall 2. This is one of the few games I actually own that is native to the 32 by 9 ratio. And you can see that there's no stretching on here. It's actually full on resolution to the screen, and everything is just super awesome as I'm playing here. Ooh, get him! And it was just fun. I really got lost in the game. I actually haven't played this game in a while. I turned it on and I started playing this, and this is kind of nice. So because the screen is so wide, you see that the map itself and a few of the screens that shows the player with the options to choose the different weapons are still sort of towards the middle, because if you put them in the corners as you would in the regular screen, your eyes will have to look away from your target. So that's one thing to keep notice if you're on there. I didn't quite notice it, but I'm like, looking at it from now, watching the video, that's kind of odd, but I understand it. I wouldn't want to move it any other way because then I would be looking away from target. As far as the frames per second, I'll just go into another screen in just a moment here. I have my underwhelming 1060 GTX 1060. You see the GPU usage for the native 10 or native 32 by 9 Titanfall 2 takes a lot more of the GPU's usage. Especially with a lot going on in that Titanfall 2. The frames per second, they just kind of jump up and down here. You stay, the low would be at 60, at the highs it goes to 90, and it hits 100 every now and then. Of course, when it's not really moving and nothing much going on, it goes up to 144. But you're averaging around 80 to 90, just in the middle range of that. Not so bad. Again, because I'm starting to actually see this and take notice of this because of the big screen, I'm most likely going to go ahead and upgrade my PC and get something, get a nice big rig that's going to handle this, this beastly monitor. And because I'm just a casual gamer, this didn't bother me so much, but now that I actually spent the money on a monitor, I feel like I should have a rig to match that. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do that. If you're a casual gamer like myself, this is not a really big deal. It didn't bother me before with my smaller 24-inch monitors, but now I feel like I should at least match the monitor to the PC. Okay, going on to what I originally wanted this monitor for is for video editing, because I started YouTube quite just a little over 2 years ago, actually just under 2 years ago. Video editing has been kind of a lot of fun, and being able to move that timeline all the way across a 49-inch monitor span is just a huge help. The screen just fits enough over there to the side so I can view it. I have my TV plugged in as well, so I can view it in 4K if I ever need to. All the tools are off to the side. My 24-inch monitor to the right is vertical, so I can have all the can go into the media browser, into the effects panel, all on the side over there, and still just have a ton of room to do so much. You know, this is the main reason I wanted it, and you know, also because this is just, you know, looking at this monitor such.
All right, guys, that is it. That again, this is the 49-inch, the massive 49-inch CHG90 by Samsung. So far, I like it. I've only had it for a couple days. Haven't really had too much time with it, but you know, as a casual gamer, I enjoy it very much. As far as the, you know, the 1080p, I don't mind it. I'm able to, like, you know, use it as I normally do. I've completely have adjusted to the whole, you know, bezels and moving the screens around. But there's a possibility I actually might return this and upgrade to the CRG90, and if I do, there will be a video coming up very soon for that too, or there will be a video on that as well. Otherwise, if you like this video and you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button there, give me a little thumbs up, and if you have seen any of my videos and you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. This does help me out a lot. If you want to see any more of this, you had any questions about this, and you just want to ask me some general questions, or you know, just want to hate like most people do, then leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.